My name's McKenzie. I am the Director of Music here at Grace United Methodist Church. This is my 10th year here. I started like a few months before Lincoln was born, so he'll be 10 in the fall. So been doing this quite a while.
Looking at your day-to-day role at Grace, what opportunities, activities, events have been made possible because of Grace UMC pledges?
I think pledges touch so many things in our church, and one of the most tangible things would be things like buying music and updating our literature, so we always have things that are relevant, but it extends into so many other things, just like having the building on so we can have rehearsal space and having people here who care for the building and those kinds of things. Even now in the age of COVID, of course, things are different, but all the technology and the recording and the extra equipment and things like that really make service possible and make it so that we can bring music to you. And so that's where the pledge money takes care of the music department here.
And what is your favorite part of your job?
My favorite part of my job, of course, is music. Music is my favorite thing. Singing is my favorite thing. And so in normal times, just getting people together to share our gifts and see how meaningful those are, not only in our own worship service, because I know I feel closer to God and to the things that I'm learning when I'm singing about it, and then being able to express that to other people and have them sort of have that experience as well, whether they are normally a musician or not. The beauty of that kind of brings the whole service together is my favorite.
So during this time of COVID-19, how has your day-to-day role changed? What have been the biggest adjustments?
Well, the biggest adjustments have been, I am the planner of things usually. So I'm picking out the music and I'm making sure everybody's got stuff ready to go. And then I'm rehearsing and doing those things. And I do a little bit of that now, but it's much more like me on the front lines, bringing the music directly to you, which I have honestly really enjoyed because I don't get to do that part of the music very often anymore. So that's been really great, but it's a total shift in mindset and how things work. So
when you look to this next year, what is your hope for Grace and what's your hope for your role?
That's such a hard question to answer. Obviously, my hope for Grace is that we can gather in person again and that we can do all the things that we love, but we all know that is kind of out of our control and up in the air. I'd love to get back to making music in person with some of my favorite people. We just connect well together that way, and we have a relationship together, and that's been missing in the time of COVID-19 in the way that we're used to. So I hope that we can get back to a semblance of that, but I'm super proud of how we have been able to handle it up until this point and all the things that are in store for us as we go forward. So.
Last question, when you think of the metric of grace or how we measure who grace is, what is one word you would use to qualify Grace UMC?
I went back and forth on this question all day. I had lots of words and I wrote them all down and I just stared at them, and there's so many words that I would be proud of that would represent Grace. And I just kept coming back to one thing, which was service related. And so then it popped into my head about our CAKES Sunday school classroom. So CAKES is actually an acronym for Christian Acts of Kindness Employing Service. So service is my favorite word, but all those acts of kindness that go along with that, to me, that's who Grace is. And that's who we are to the community. And I think that's our biggest strength.